Well, hello. Hey, everybody. My apologies now for my voice. I am feeling under the weather because Houston it has bipolar weather. Hmm. It went from being hot to being cold, and I don't appreciate how it's messing with my allergies. But I'm determined. I'm determined to record this podcast. I am and is. So, I want to talk today about surviving abuse. I feel like that's a very important topic. I feel like it's something I need to touch on as an abuse survivor myself. Um, I was molested when I was 11 years old for over a year, and I was also raped at 16, and I was recently assaulted in 2020. So, I have been through the abuse experience 3 times. Um, and as a teenager, it took a heavy toll on me. I began to act out. I began to go to the streets, run to the streets. I kind of had this mentality that my body was only good for sex because of the abuse, especially when it started at such a young age. It's like after that, I just kind of started wilding out. My attitude became very bad. My anger issues became very bad because I didn't know what to do with that pain. I didn't have anybody to talk to. I didn't have there was no such thing as therapy. Therapy where there when you don't have anybody telling you how important therapy is and you come up in the family for one that is very old school and doesn't believe in mental illness and mental health, and also a family that what goes on in the house stay in the house. Yeah, when you grow up like that, it's hard to get help. And that was me. That was me. I was she. So I don't consider myself a victim of abuse. I consider myself a survivor of abuse. And if you have experienced abuse in any way, whether it was domestic abuse, sexual abuse, mental abuse, financial abuse, because people don't know that financial abuse is actually a thing. Um, and, just a little side note on that is, when you don't have control of your money, and it tends to go with domestic abuse. If your abuser says, "Oh, okay, I'll give you this much at a time," or they have control over all the finances and you don't, then that's financial abuse. It's their way of limiting you and controlling you. So that emotional abuse, any type of abuse, any type of trauma, then you are considered a survivor. Even if you are still in the situation and you're listening to this, know that you are still a survivor. If you consider yourself a victim, you are going to stay in a victim mentality. So you have to tell yourself, I am a survivor. I am a survivor. I am a survivor. You have to keep repeating that to yourself. It is very important to be a survivor, to have the survivor mentality, and the first step to that, which a lot of people hate, I know it's hard. I know, but the first step to healing is forgiveness, guys. You have got to forgive your abuser. It helped me. It helped me to forgive my abuser and to say, you know what? I refuse to let you have a hold on me and my life. None of my abusers went to jail. There was no I tried to put my molester, who is, I mean, it's public knowledge that it's my stepdad, but I did try to go to the courts, but it was 15 years later. So there wasn't, it was thrown out by the grand jury. But the fact that I actually tried, I took that step. But even doing that, I still forgive him because he cannot steal my life from me. My abusers will not steal my life from me because you forgive people for you. You don't forgive for them. They're sleeping at night. You're the one that's up and filled with anger, filled with revenge, filled with even guilt, which is another thing. You have to let go of that self guilt. It's not your fault. It is 100% completely not your fault. It is very important that I say that because when I was abused in 2020, I was so hard on myself. I was like, I trusted this person. It's my fault. I let them in my home. I found every reason to blame myself, and we can't blame ourselves for somebody else's bad actions. So I have since forgiven everyone who's harmed me. My dad was murdered from domestic violence. He was murdered by his girlfriend, and I have since forgiven her. And now back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. For some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to throw that in there. Y'all know me. But back in the day, baby, listen here. If I would have seen sis walking, standing, driving, anything, it was on site, on mama and them. Period. It was it. Okay. You gonna have to see me, pimp. You gonna have to, cause what you gonna do is see me in these streets. I'm finna to whoop your ass. And yes, I just cussed. We do that here occasionally. But God said, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I got something for you. I'm gonna test your forgiveness because as I got older and I started, when I started going to church, that's another topic in itself. But God said, you know what? I'm gonna test you and I'm gonna put your biggest enemy in front of you. And lo and behold, it was like 2016, 2017. I seen her in church, at my church, standing in front of me. Baby, listen here. Growth. Growth. Okay. I didn't even do nothing. I went on and we sat on the same pew and everything. Now I'm never late. The one time I'm late. Hmm. But I had forgiven her. So there was no point for me to get angry. There was no point for me to yell and act out and do all that. Like, for what? That's not gonna bring him back. But I did want to ask her why, but unfortunately she bolted out of the church because she saw me and it was like she saw a ghost because I literally looked like my dad. But God tested me and I passed. Okay. But he will test you. And forgiveness, it literally is the first step to healing. Once you forgive and let go and let God and get that up off your chest and your shoulders, your mind, your soul, your heart, you are going to be able to heal from abuse. You are going to be able to heal from that pain. Okay. And so, with that being said, let's get into this. Okay. So, as y'all know, we always do what? Shout out a black business. Y'all hear the nails? Y'all hear the nails? So, y'all know I'm about to get into it. We always shout out a black business and or nonprofit. So today we are going to shout out, since we are talking about abuse, the Butterfly Project. Okay. And it was founded by my good sis, my friend, my sister of survivor and strength. Baby, let me tell you, Yoshiko Bernie. That woman there is power. A force to be reckoned with. Do you understand what I'm telling you? She was actually the one who got me into podcasting and convinced me to do it. So another shout out to her. But she is the founder of the Butterfly Project, and the Butterfly Project was founded in 2016. They have served thousands of women online in our great city of Houston. There was a need to support women who had successfully left their abuser but needed help navigating their new world alone. We empower women survivors of DV to pursue their purpose after abuse through tangible resources to strengthen their physical and mental being. It is their mission, it is who they are. They are committed to reshaping survivors of domestic violence lives and seeing them grow into complete wholeness. Yes, God. I love it. And let me tell you why I love it. There are so many resources for victims, but there are minimal, if any, resources for survivors. Y'all know when the domestic violence survivor, I'm big on the word survivor, leaves a abusive relationship, they leave with nothing. They leave with absolutely nothing. So they have to essentially start their life over again. And what the Butterfly Project does is they help them do that. How do they help them? They provide survivor packs. So that's essentials, toiletries, clothes, everything they need to start over. They also provide survivor experience, which is helping them navigate through life, helping them to return back to society, because abusers separate you from not only society but your loved ones. So it's mental. It starts mental. So they help rebuild that mental positivity, that mental strength, that emotional strength, that physical strength, all of that. And they also have a survivors brunch to celebrate those who have survived and thrived through their abuse. So, uh-oh. Let me clear my throat. Again, under the weather. But I want you guys to support them. They are a nonprofit. They're a partner of the Trouble Movement, and their Instagram is the Butterfly Project, THEE. So it's two E's, Butterfly Project. Okay, so go ahead and shoot them a donation. You can donate toiletries, you can donate essential items, you can donate clothes, you can send them an email, see what it is that they need. I love it. Okay, and it is in collaboration with the Trouble Movement Heroes and Survivor, as well as hashtag Purple for Randy program. And shout out again to Yoshiko Bernie for this mission to help survivors and help rebuild our community and fight for domestic violence awareness. I love you, sis. Okay, so now that we have talked about forgiveness and being the survivor, not a victim, I am going to give you steps to becoming a survivor. Miranda, where you get that from? Girl, my second book. Girl, my second book. Renewed Strength, Steps to Becoming a Survivor. So what I did was I made survivor an acronym when I wrote that book. Available at victorianpublishing.com, shameless plug. I made survivor an acronym. So for each letter in survivor, there's a step. So let's get into the S. The S is for self-love. That is the first step. You have to know and love yourself. We already talked about self-love, right? Right. You have to practice self-love. It is very important in your step to survivorhood. And you have to remember who you are. You have to remember how powerful you are, how great you are, how amazing you are, how beautiful you are, how handsome you are. Because let's not get it twisted, baby. Men are victims too. And I'm a person who fights more for male victims than female victims because of my dad, and because I feel like they don't get enough attention, enough awareness, and people fighting for them. So that is very important and near and dear to my heart. So you want to start with self-love. You have to rebuild the love for yourself. You need to love yourself like God loves you. That is the first step. That's the S in survivor. The U, understanding God's plan. Baby, let me tell you something. God has a plan for your pain. Hmm. Let me repeat that again. God has a plan for your pain, okay? He got a purpose for your pain. He has a blessing for your testing. He has a testimony for your trauma. Listen to me when I tell you everything that we go through in life is for the good of those who love God and are the called according to his purpose. Christian gonna get me for messing up Romans 8:28. But you have to understand God's plan. He has a plan for you because listen, y'all, hold on, because I'm about to catch. Oh, Lord, I'm trying to catch the spirit, and I'm trying to catch it. He about to hold on me. When I tell y'all, I would not be where I am had I not been through the pain that I've been through. Jesus, fix it. See, that ain't nothing but the enemy trying to get me. He trying to choke me up while I'm sitting here trying to get my testimony. But let me tell you, I would not be where I am without the pain that I've been through. It's that pain and that trauma that fueled me. It fueled me. Once I woke up and realized who I was and how I could turn my pain into purpose, that is exactly what I did. And it started with that first book I wrote when I put it on paper. And that is the R in Survivor. Release your pain. You have got to release that pain. Get that up off you. Whether you do it through writing, whether you do it through art, dancing, ministry, singing. Everybody has their own way of releasing their pain. Me, I'm a writer. I prefer to write. I am also a motivator. Believe it or not, motivation actually helps me release my pain. Me motivating others helps motivate me. I like that. Me motivating others helps me motivate myself. So you have to release that pain. Get that up off you. Okay? Get that up. I strongly suggest journaling. I strongly suggest that you find an outlet that is best for you and that fits you. And I strongly suggest therapy. So, with that being said, the V in Survivor, visualize your future. Everybody has a future, okay? There is a reason why you drive looking forward and not backwards. Yes, you look out your rearview mirror, but exactly how long can you look out your rearview mirror without wrecking? Where does most of your attention go? To the front, right? For you to get to where you're getting to. But if you pay attention to the back for too long, you end up wrecking. So that means you need not to worry about what has already happened, but you need to visualize and focus what's going to happen in your future. Visualize that future. Literally visualize it. Write it down. Take a picture. I had to throw that in there. Visualize it. Feel it. Touch it. It's that touch it. Okay. My nails said touch it. It's there. You just got to get to it. Visualize your future. And your future is bright. I'm telling you right now. And that goes next with O. A hit dog on holler. Observe your influences. The Bible says seek wise counsel. Seek wise counsel. Who are you surrounded by? What influences you and who influences you? Baby, if you influenced in looking at these celebrities and thinking I want to be like them, that is the wrong mindset. Observe what is influencing you. Observe the people that are in your circle. Are the people in your circle really rooting for you? Do they want to see you shine? Are they helping you become stronger? Huh? You should think about it. Take a second. We already talked about that too. I might not even be in your circle. And I still bring positive influence to you. So if I can do it, and I may be in your circle depending on who's listening. Hey Christian, I already know she listening. Hey Tamika, I already know she listening. But observe your influences. Who's in your life? What are the people in your life doing to help you? Hmm? Oh, okay. Go ahead and think about that and write that down. Go ahead and do an inventory on the people in your life. Hmm. Yeah, that's what I thought. The last R in Survivor, reaching your ultimate goal. What is your ultimate goal? Like what is your actual ultimate goal? Have you ever thought about that? Like what is your ultimate goal in life? And usually your ultimate goal is your purpose. So my ultimate goal is to touch as many people as I can with my testimony and motivate as many people as I can. That's my ultimate goal. I want to be an international speaker. That's literally what I was called to do. That's why I said God put me through pain for a purpose. It was all in his plan. I'm not mad about it. I'm not hurt about it. Do I have PTSD? Yes. Do I have moments where I am triggered and I'm scared and my anxiety is high? Yes. Do I have moments where I tend to forget who I'm around, what I'm around, where I am? Yes. And I was just booking a massage. Just side note today, and I was just like, "Can you please give me a lady? Like, I cannot do a man that I don't know touching me. Like, it's just a part of being a survivor. It never truly goes away. You just learn to become strong within it. So think about what your ultimate goal is. Like, where do you see yourself? Where do you want to be? What do you want to do? Some people want to tell their story. Some people want to help others. They want to be a part of a nonprofit that's helping abuse victims and survivors. So, what is your ultimate goal? Reach it. So, that's my acronym for survivor. And again, I got that from my second book, which you can purchase on victorianpublishing.com. Did I say that already? Oh, saying it again. And is. But I want to tell all of my survivors out there of abuse, I love you. You are powerful. You can get through this. You are going to get through this. God has a plan and purpose for your life. He going to put his hand on it, but you have got to trust him. You have got to trust him. You have got to forgive yourself and the people who have harmed you. I promise the minute you forgive them, you are going to feel the weight come off of your shoulders. Let me take the I'm gonna say it again. When when you forgive yourself and the people who have harmed you, you are going to feel the release of the weight off your shoulders. And with that being said, I'm gonna leave y'all with that. So until the next episode, I will see y'all. Bye.